So I'll be honest, I absolutely had no idea what to film for this Tuesday's video. And I literally was just starting to get really proud of myself for not breaking my upload schedule. So I was not about to skip a day, okay? We are here in the little, I don't know what this is, story time corner. Oh hey, just popping in to insert a little plug right here. In case you forgot, I have merch now. And this is the last week that you can use the code TR10 to get 10% off of your purchase. So if you would like to support me by grabbing a super weird t-shirt or phone case, but still save a little bit of money, link is in the description. Use the code TR10. Now back to the video. Oh, Jesus. I'm just going to talk about my tattoos, the stories behind them, why I got them, when I got them. First, I'm going to answer a few questions that I already know that I'm going to get. Number 1, does it hurt? Yes, that's what a tattoo is. It's a bunch of little needles going into your skin to draw a picture, so yes, it hurts. But over time, especially if you keep getting them fairly consistently, you'll get used to it. The next question, how old are you? What the You look 10. Yes. Thank you. I'm 20 years old. I know I don't look like it. I own a mirror. You know, I've also been told almost every day of my life, especially since I've been on the internet. So I guess I'll start with the first tattoo I ever got, and then we'll go up until my most recent one. So as of right now, I currently have 5 tattoos. I almost said 4, but I recently got my 5th. I got my first tattoo, I believe, a few days before I turned 18. I had been dreaming of the day that I could finally get a tattoo for my entire life, which is why I was so ready to just jump in and get my first tattoo, like, as soon as possible. So a few days before my 18th birthday, my dad was in town visiting. This is when I still lived in Delaware. And I don't remember if the reason I got it a few days early was because my dad wasn't gonna be in town and like he wanted to be there for me when I got my first tattoo, and like I wanted him to be there too. Obviously my mom was there too because this is when I still lived with her in Delaware. Or maybe I was just impatient and didn't want to wait a few more days, which is probably the more accurate reason. Either way, a few days before my 18th birthday, I went into a tattoo parlor and got my first tattoo, which is this beauty right here. It is a hummingbird with the word hope written underneath it. For some reason, I don't really remember why, but I knew that I wanted a bird for my first tattoo. Which is funny because one time when I was really little, I drew a picture of a bird, I think it was like a parrot or something, showed it to my mom and said, I want this as a tattoo one day. So I don't know if that had anything to do with my decision to get a bird. I think it might have actually had something to do with it, but mostly I just love hummingbirds, and a lot of times hummingbirds can symbolize peace, hope, I mean, hence the word. And I've always been about that, you know, growing up, hope was one of my favorite words because I battled a lot of things in my life, not to get all lame, but we're probably gonna get fairly lame in this video because I'm a sentimental little bitch and all my tattoos have meaning behind them to some extent. But yeah, so that was my first tattoo and I still cherish it to this day. The second tattoo I got was literally only a few months later. My birthday's in December, and I got my second tattoo in the summer after my birthday. So my second tattoo that I ever got was this big old beauty here on my forearm. I really wanted a lion tattoo. I love cats. I grew up with cats my entire life. I'm a giant cat person. I love big cats like lions and tigers and cheetahs and all that stuff. So I just knew that I really wanted a lion tattoo. And I looked up on Google like lion tattoo designs, and I saw one design that was not identical to this. It was very similar. It had a crown and it had the same little dangly bits underneath it. I gave it to my artist back in Delaware because this is also when I still lived back there, and she took that and kind of did her own rendition of that design. And honestly, I like this one more than the one that I showed her. This is my favorite tattoo that I have to this day. I love all of them, but this one just, Something about it just makes me so happy every time I look at it. The meaning behind this one, like I said, I just love cats a lot, but also both of my parents are Leos, the astrological sign. My original idea was I wanted like a family of lions, like a mom and dad and a baby, even though I'm not a Leo. I'm a Capricorn. In case you were wondering. Okay, moving on to my third, and funny enough, the tattoo that has the most meaning behind it for me, even though it's by far the simplest one I have. So I got this tattoo, my third one, right after I moved to California. Before we get any further into talking about this tattoo, I just want to say that I am a little scared that people are gonna get mad at me and say that I'm culturally appropriating and all that stuff, because it is like a Maori thing. I really don't intend for it to come off that way. I hope that instead it comes off as, you know, I'm supporting it, because this tattoo does really mean a lot to me and it holds a pretty important story behind it for me. I got this tattoo because at the time I was going through a lot of emotional stuff. I had just made a huge move across the country that was very, very last minute. Without getting into too much detail, I was just dealing with some really shitty shit back home. Nothing related to my mom or anything like that, just not good stuff, okay? And I just needed to get away. My dad already lived out here. One thing I want to clearly state is, I know it probably sounds like, oh, my parents split up and my dad just like dipped and like moved to California. It's not that cut and dry. There's a lot more like details, and maybe I'll talk about it like one day, but it's really not that serious. It's more of just like a lot to explain than anything, which, by the way, my parents are still amazing friends. I'm lucky as hell. My parents have a great relationship with each other, and I have a great relationship with both of them. So yes, I do feel very fortunate. But anyway, honestly, I was kind of going through a little life crisis. I didn't know who I was. And it literally was up until recently that I stopped feeling that way. And I kind of saw my move to California as kind of a f*** it. Like, I need to focus on myself now and do what makes me happy. Stuff was already changing a lot, so I was like, you know what? F*** it. Like, let's just go. And that's what I did. Except it wasn't planned. I just came out here to visit for Thanksgiving of 2016, but my family booked me a one-way ticket so I could stay as long as I wanted to and not feel rushed, you know. But what ended up happening, I was kind of in this position where I was like, I can do this. It seems like a pretty safe bet that this is the best decision I can make right now for myself. So I talked to my dad and I was like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna stay here. And then one night, a couple weeks after I got here, I don't think I had decided to move here yet, I went to see Moana with my aunt and uncle and cousin. If you haven't seen Moana, it's about this girl who lives on an island with her family. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so bear with me. She knows that she needs to get off the island and do this thing that she's chosen to do, and she basically has this moment where she says, F it, not literally because it's a Disney movie. She kind of has this moment where she's like, this is what I need to do. I need to trust my gut. I need to go for it. That really hit home with me really hard. Also, the night that I saw that movie, something that I'm not gonna put in the video because it's not important, occurred that kind of opened my eyes and kind of made me like rethink a lot of things. I think that might have been the night that I started to decide to just stay here. So after I saw the movie, I noticed there was a symbol that showed up a lot in the movie and like in the logo, and I think it was on the sail of the boat too, and it was a swirl. So I got curious and I looked it up. It turned out that the swirl symbol was a part of Maori culture. Whether the Maori culture had anything to do with the movie Moana or this symbol being in the movie, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think the movie is like based in Maori culture or anything like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I googled it and it said that it's not. Either way, the meaning for this tattoo and the plot of Moana kind of like mesh and kind of make sense. After I did a little bit of research and found out what this symbol really means, I really wanted it as a tattoo. Like, I knew that's what I wanted. For example, this website that I'm on right now says the Maori Koru, whatever, design is inspired by the New Zealand fern frond unfurling as it grows. It represents peace, tranquility, personal growth, positive change, and awakening. It is associated with new life and harmony, so makes a wonderful gift for a new parent or child, newlyweds, or anyone starting on a new phase of their life. Literally, like, a couple weeks later, I went in and I got this done. So yeah, this one means a lot to me, even though it's kind of awkward looking. I know sometimes I wish I got it in a different spot, but it's okay because I plan on getting something here to kind of fill in the gap. So my fourth tattoo was this dragonfly. You saw this one get done when I made the video of my mom and I getting our kind of matching tattoos when she came to visit me last summer. Before she even came to visit me, I knew that I wanted us to get tattooed together, but neither of us had any idea what we wanted to get, and so we figured that we would figure it out when she got here. One day we were sitting on the deck of the bakery that my family owns, and a lot of times there's dragonflies that fly around there. But like on this particular day, there was more dragonflies than I had noticed there before. I mean, obviously, for all I know, it was probably a perfectly normal amount of dragonflies, but to me, I was like, whoa. We were like, hey, what if we got dragonflies? Then, of course, we looked up the meaning for dragonfly tattoos, and it kind of means a combination between this and this. And most of all, it kind of was just to remember our visit together and, you know, a way to always be connected, you know what I mean? So it was more that than like the meaning that you find on Google. So, and finally, we move on. This is my most recent tattoo that I just got, like, not even a month ago, maybe a few weeks ago or so. It says, I am the one thing in life I can control. And it is in my dad's handwriting. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because I think this video is already super long and I've already kind of talked about this. So, I'm obsessed with Hamilton, in case I haven't talked about it enough, but also, so is my dad. Now, it is almost impossible for me to pick one favorite song from Hamilton, but if I had to choose, it's probably the song Wait For It, and this line is from that song. Basically, I have really, really bad anxiety, and one thing that I try to remember is I am the one thing in this situation that I have control over. I have control over my actions. I may not have control over everyone else's actions or what everyone else thinks or what people say about me or what people think about me, but I do have control over my actions and my thoughts. I don't know, just the quote really hit home for me, and it being a part of Hamilton is just a bonus. And it's in my dad's handwriting because we both love Hamilton. It's like something that we've really bonded over a lot. The same day I got this tattoo, my dad got his Hamilton tattoo. And if you want to see his tattoo, you'll have to go watch the video because this is about my tattoos, not his. Sorry. So yeah, that's all my tattoos. That's all the meanings behind them. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me ramble on about the ink that's on my body. Next video will hopefully be a little bit more entertaining. Real quick before I go, it's time for that Twitter shout out. This video's Twitter shout out goes to Mar, but I'm pretty sure her name is Marla. So shout out to Marla. Thank you for following me on Twitter and watching my videos and buying my merch because I know that you did. You showed me that you did, and I remember. You thought I was gonna forget. No, I don't. I see everything. And don't forget, I do have merch now. That is right, friends, I do. Here she is. Yes, you can buy my extremely relatable baby picture on a shirt and wear it every day of your life. You can also get it on a phone case. Link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you, bye!